Hi, my name's Kazim Nami and I'm going to take you through Dynamic Bundles. Dynamic Bundles is available in Sitecore Experience Commerce 10. It enables a merchandising strategy that lets shoppers buy a group of products easily. It's different to static bundles, which exists in the product already, in that it provides a lot more configuration options to both the merchandiser and the shopper in order to configure the bundle. Some merchants, they only sell items as part of a bundle rather than individually, while others sell items both individually and as part of a bundle. In the latter scenario, you typically see the items that are part of a bundle being offered at lesser price than if they were purchased individually. Some shopper benefits include that of cost savings, as mentioned, as well as time savings. For example, the scenario where you can see a difference between a single page, a single component, that allows a shopper to add a group of products to the cart with one click versus needing to potentially search for each individual product and add each one to their cart individually. That being said, the merchant benefits include an increase in customer engagement as well as an increase in conversion, very much so because of these shopper benefits. There's also benefits in regards to increasing the average order value in the scenario where a shopper might have only originally been interested to purchase a single item, then they find a bundle which includes that item with complementary products, and they decide to purchase the bundle as a whole, which is also a cross-sell benefit. Some other cross-sell scenarios include that of being able to include a new product within a bundle in order to drive adoption and awareness of that product, as well as including products within a bundle in order to potentially facilitate them hitting potential quantity volume targets that you might have. So from a documentation perspective, we have quite a lot of documentation for dynamic bundles. We have some general documentation. We have a walkthrough on how to create, as well as inventory-based documentation on how inventory works with dynamic bundles, as well as some Sitecore Experience Accelerator documentation regarding the components that are available or the renderings that are available for dynamic bundles. We also have some explanations on how to customize some of those available renderings. We also have a general FAQ. The demonstration scenario that I'm going to take you through now includes that of selling a mobile phone bundle. I'm going to take you through the way that relationships work between a bundle and sellable items, as well as pricing, as well as inventory, as well as some of the Sitecore Experience Accelerator components. The bundle scenario going to be made up of what we call 4 base items. You can think about them as slots. In the first base item, or the first slot, is going to be the mobile phone slot, of which is going to be marked as upgradable. The primary base item is going to be that of the 16 gigabyte mobile phone, and we're going to be able to upgrade that to either the 32 gig or the 64 gig equivalent phone. The second base item, or the second slot if you like, is going to be that of the power cord. It's going to be mandatory to be purchased within the bundle. The third and fourth base items are going to be marked as optional, so the shopper can either choose to have it included or not, that being the screen protector and the headphones. The first scenario we are going to go through is going to be having pricing set up as automatic pricing, in that pricing is going to be pulled into the bundle from the sellable items themselves. So the base items highlighted in grey will amount to $565. In the second scenario that I take you through, where we configure the bundle with manual pricing, we're going to specify a bundle price of $500 and unit prices equivalent to this column here. So what that will mean is if the shopper decides not to add the screen protector or potentially to purchase more than one of them, the price that is going to be controlled is $5. Now to move on to the demonstration. Okay, so I've switched over to my demonstration instance now, and we're looking at the SXA storefront, Sitecore Experience Accelerator storefront. This is the home page, and what I've got is a category called bundles, which I've set up. And what we're going to do is we're going to log into the back end of Sitecore, and we're going to configure a dynamic bundle. So we're in the Sitecore Launchpad here. We're going to click on the commerce tooling. I'm going to click through on merchandising, select our particular catalog, and then we're going to navigate through the category structure to our bundle category, and we're going to go and add a sellable item of bundle type, specifically the dynamic type, and we're going to enter some details. So now that we've got the basics added here, we can start to associate the bundle to actual sellable items. So the first sellable item that we're going to do an association to, the Habitat Odyssey 16GB 4G phone. And we're going to specify a default quantity of 1 with a maximum quantity of 5. And we're going to say this one is upgradable, but it's mandatory. So after the creation of that, we've got this new panel that's appeared because we specified that it was upgradable. So what we can do here is we're going to associate it to the Habitat Odyssey 32GB 4G phone. And if we wanted to, we could associate it to a particular variant in that product or the product as a whole. So we'll associate it to the product as a whole. And again, we'll specify a default quantity of 1 and a maximum quantity of 5. Likewise, we'll go and do the same thing for the 64 gig, and we'll associate it again to the product itself, maximum quantity of 5. And so now we have that base item created with its associated upgrade items. So we can continue the association process now. We can go and do an association to the screen protector now. We're going to mark as optional but not upgradable, and then we're going to do the same for the cable, but this one here is not upgradable and it's not optional, so this is a mandatory. And then we're going to do the last one, which is the headphones, and we're going to say it's optional. So that is essentially it. And just notice here that the pricing is automatic, and the main reason for that is because we actually haven't entered any pricing details. And so what's going to happen is it's going to draw the list price or the sell price as is defined on each of those sellable items. I'll add a image, and this comes from the media library within Sitecore, or it can come from the Sitecore DAM content hub. And we can push that through the workflow state. Okay, so now that that is approved, so I'm logged in as the administrator, obviously, so I can both create and approve. And then we can switch over to the storefront. We can see the bundle has now appeared. for the item that for the price that we were expecting. So we can click through on that. We can see the price. We can see there's currently 9 items in stock. We can have a look at the first base item, and we can upgrade that to the 32 gig if we want. And notice how the price just changed, as well as the available quantity for the bundle. And each one of these is an individual sellable item, right? So along with that, you get the variant options for each of those sellable items available to you. So if we go back to the 16 gig version and we go to the green variant, the green variant is cheaper. And if we move that screen protector or add it back, change the quantity for the screen protector. Okay, so now we're going to move on to another scenario for pricing. So we've currently got it in automatic pricing mode, as in it's drawing the pricing information from the sellable item. And now we're going to make a change to the bundle and take more control over pricing of the bundle. So, and we're going to add a list price. So we're going to say the list price for this particular bundle is $500. And what that does is it puts the pricing into manual mode and allows us to specify a unit price for every item that we've done a direct association to. So we can set the unit price on this. This was $400. The headphones, instead of 83, it was going to be 70. For the cable, instead of the $22.99, we were going to make that 20. And for the screen protector, as opposed to the $9.99, we're going to make that 5. And just on these items, the 32 gig, we were going to make that 410. And the 64 gig, we were going to make 420. So we could also associate this to a price book and a price card, but we're just going with list price at the moment. So we can push this through the workflow. Again, because I'm an administrator, I can both create and approve. Okay, so now that that's done, and we refresh the page, we can see that the price has now changed to $500. And if I change the upgrade item, it'll be reflective. For the anti-fingerprint, if I exclude it, it'll take $5 away. Or if I add another one, it'll add $5. So that covers pricing, both automatic and manual. Now we'll move on to inventory. At the moment, you can see that there's 9 items in stock. And the main reason for that is because 16 gigabyte Habitat Odyssey, particularly the black variant, has been quite popular. And from an inventory perspective, it's only got 9 available. So what I can do is I can change that to 999 from an inventory perspective and come back to the site and see that reflected there in the bundle as a whole. So if For example, I was to make the anti-fingerprint. If I go back to the bundle and I go to the anti-fingerprint screen protector, and specify that that is out of stock. The bundle itself will still be available, and because this was optional, it's now grayed out and the shopper is unable to interact with it, so that automatically is taken care of. So if I go and pop that back, and I make an inventory change to something that is mandatory, like the cable, the bundle as a whole is now out of stock and the add to cart button is disabled, because a mandatory constituent item is now no longer available, rendering the bundle as a whole to be unavailable. Okay. Likewise, if the inventory for this particular product was under pre-order, and we had pre-order limit of 10, this bundle as a whole would be under pre-order and have 10 items available. So now we'll go and add this to the cart. And you can see the parent-child relationship that exists from a visual perspective within the cart. So we have the bundle displayed, as well as the child options and the variants that were selected and the quantities and whatnot. Okay, so we just went through the creation process, or the creation walkthrough, and now we're going to move on to cross-selling and upselling this particular walkthrough here. And what we're going to do is switch over to the demo instance. And this is your typical product detail page, and it's currently got a related products component on the page. And what we're going to do is we're going to introduce a similar component but specific to showing bundles that this particular item is a part of. And we're going to go into the content editor, and we're going to go into presentation. We're going to go into partial designs. So the product detail page has a partial design on it. It has this particular one here, and we're going to open it up in the experience editor. And we're going to scroll down to the section of the page that we want to work with, which is just above the related product. And we are going to add some page structure. And just going to make some changes to it to be in alignment with what we need. We'll change this column to span the width. So now that we've got the structure sorted out, what we'll do is, well, now that we're down here, we'll go and add, where is it? We'll add the load more button, and then we'll go and add some page content, the rich text. And then we'll go and add the commerce search. Okay, so now all that is done, what we can do is we'll just go and copy the styling from this control, and we'll go and place it into this rich text. Related products, and we'll call it bundle products. And then we will go and make some changes to configure some settings on this one. Okay. Related bundles. Search scope, we'll select the related bundles on PDP. Default language, current language, default sort order, relevance, click OK, and we are just about done. But what we'll do just to finish up is we'll go and add some personalization to this so that it only shows if there is actually a bundle item to show. Just say hide if no bundles. Then we'll go and find the field compare, and where the specific field is empty and the specific field that we are looking for is and we'll hide it. Okay, so we'll save that now. And we'll publish that. And we'll go and refresh this page, and we can see here that we've got a component that will list the bundles that this particular product is a part of. So let me go and have a look at these headphones, and you'll see here that this particular product is actually not part of the bundle, so that control doesn't show. Okay, so now we've completed the cross-selling and upselling walkthrough, we're going to go through the customizing of the search rendering. Okay, so we're going to switch over to the demo instance, and following on from that last walkthrough, we've got our bundle product showing here. We've got our related products showing here, and what we want to do is we want to just basically add a little bit more context to this rendering to highlight to the shopper that this is actually a listing for a bundle item. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the back end, we're going to go into the content editor, we're going to navigate to the storefront and open up the storefront dictionary and open up this commerce search result item, and we're going to add a new entry into this dictionary. So basically what this is the label that we're going to add. It's going to be content manageable so that, for example, if you need to switch languages or something like that, you can really easily do so. So we're going to call this bundle label. In the key field, we're going to specify that, and under phrase, we're going to see bundle. So, within our Scriven template, we're going to be using bundle label, and what's actually going to show to the shopper is bundle. And if we wanted to, we could, translate that as well and into different languages and whatnot. Okay, and we'll just publish that. And then what we'll do is we're going to go again into presentation, and we're going to go into rendering variants this time, and we're going to go into the commerce search results. And we're going to go into this Scriven template here, and we are going to do a quick search here for this. And we're going to add some code before that, and it's basically just looking for a template that's called bundle. So if it's going to show a bundle item, then that'll be what triggers there. And then if it does, it's going to spit out this div tag and this span tag, which is doing a translate on that bundle label. So we'll just go and save that, publish the item. Okay, and then we can come back to the site, refresh the page, and you can see here now it says bundle, where these other items here, because they're not bundle items, it's not showing. So in summary, we've gone through that walkthrough on how to set up a dynamic bundle, how dynamic bundles work with sellable items, how they work with pricing, how they work with inventory. We've also gone through a walkthrough on how to set up some cross-sell and upsell component listing, as well as being able to enhance the listing in order to highlight when an item is dynamic bundle. And just to reiterate some of the value benefits as well, the value to the shopper is to offer some sort of cost savings for them, and it also represents time saving for them in making it easier and more efficient in order to transact. From a merchant's perspective, generally see an increase in customer engagement through largely the shopper benefits, as well as an increase in conversion. We also see an increase in the average order value when a shopper has come to the site in order to purchase a single item, and they understand that there is a bundle on offer that includes that item, and then they transact with that bundle, which leads on to cross-selling of other items on offer. I hope you've learned something from this video. Thanks for watching.